Welcome to Breaking Even Better podcast, where we spill the tea on having an actual business than a cleverly disguised one. I'm Brenda Harris, your staffing strategist and SOP believer.
All right. You know where this is going. I'm Carolina Aponte, your fractional CFO and brand new TEDx speaker.
Holla! And today we're talking about multi-level marketing, or better known as network marketing or MLMs. And we're here to tell you that it's not the same thing as owning your own business. Period. Hard stop. It's going to ruffle some feathers, and I'm already sorry about it, but not sorry too. My name is Trish Saman. I am your digital marketing decoder. I am your marketing strategist. And today, with my co-host, I will be a truth teller as well.
Building a business can feel like a roller coaster.
Financial headaches, hiring drama, and marketing overwhelm are just a few things that make for a bumpy experience. But with the right people sitting next to you, you might actually enjoy the ride.
That's why we started Breaking Even Better, to demystify entrepreneurship so we can make the ups and downs a hell of a lot more fun.
Each week, we'll bring you the raw, real, and unfiltered insights from our own experiences and expertise. If you're ready for no BS, honest stories, and a lot of laughter, then buckle in and listen up.
And let's ride this roller coaster together. So let's start with the basics, shall we? When you're in an MLM, you are not running your own business. You're a sales rep. No shame, no sadness, ain't mad at you, but it is not your own company, and there's a major distinction. And the big one is it's something that you don't control.
That's true. And don't come at me with, oh, I got a sales kit. I got the kit and I got all the things that I need to start, because that's not it. You also got a quota and a lot of inventory somewhere, whether it's online or in your closet.
It's true.
And if you can get fired or you don't control the products that you get to sell because somebody else is actually making them or removing them from your list of availability, or you don't meet the quota, you don't get to the gold star, then you don't really own the business.
I know I had a friend that was trying to recruit me into the business and trying to say, it's just like running your staffing agency. You could do this, you could do that. And I was like, I don't know. It just didn't seem right to me. But I did do one. And I love it. It's a favorite pastime.
Right.
But the thing is, my expectations is not that it's a business like that. It's for me to have a good time and get the discounts. And that's the travel one that I do. So I am a part of one, but I'm not expecting to get rich off of it. I'm not expecting to make this something bigger than it is. I use it for fun. I have a good time planning trips, and I look at it realistically.
And I think that's fine. I think that you can make money with an MLM. I think the main distinction that we want to make here is that it's not the same as running or owning your own business. And again, I'm going to ruffle some feathers with this, but if you are taking on, you bought into your MLM and you bought your products or you bought your service, and then they're giving you branding and you're being a salesperson for them, essentially the commodity is you, not necessarily the product. You are part of what they're selling is in mass. And while, the idea of selling yourself in my own business, sure, I sell myself, but I'm not giving myself, I'm not the commodity. My knowledge is the commodity. My services are the commodity. But with an MLM, part of the thing is the numbers and then you being a salesperson. So it's not the same thing.
No, it's not. And here's the thing. The CFO in me is like kind of literally screaming when I hear this, because the people who are making money on the MLMs are actually just the top 1%.
Right. It's a Ponzi scheme.
99% of the people who join the MLMs don't make any money. Actually, they go into debt.
That's right.
And so when I look at it as a CFO and as an accountant, I'm like, this is not a wise move unless you're doing it for the fun of it.
Right.
Just as Brenda just described. Like, she knows
Right.
why she's doing this. She's not expecting to become a millionaire with this. But when you buy into the story that you are being sold, that you're going to reach all these highs and you're going to become, the top 1%. Hey, we live in a country where top 1% of the population are the richest ones, right?
Right.
Do we all fit into that 1%?
Right.
Absolutely not. So compare that. Compare the MLMs to the country.
Right.
My fear is, from my understanding, the MLM, which is
Multi-level
level marketing.
Yeah.
I understand it to be that you have to keep getting people under you.
That's right.
For you to continue to get paid and get money. But the moment people stop doing their part under you,
Right.
then you decrease too. And I know a lot of times I hear people saying residual, but that residual ends at some point and you're no longer the one that's getting all this money.
Right. And I think that the way they position it is that you'll make money on the product or service that you sell, but that it's never enough. It's just like that carrot dangling. It's never enough. So the way that you make more is to build people beneath you. And again, there are people who make money with this. And I want to make a point of clarity too, something that you said, Carolina, because I know I've heard this question when people say, well, Trish, didn't you invest in your business? Isn't that the same thing? Like, didn't you put money into your business? And it's like, yes, but I invested in myself. I didn't invest in someone else's company. I own all of that investment. So all of my losses are mine, but all of my gains are mine too. With MLMs, it's a little bit different because all the losses are really yours. The company with whom you are investing in really doesn't lose money on you because you've already covered the cost of them working with you. You lose money. And then if you start to make money, they make even more. It's actually a brilliant scheme if you have no scruples or
Right.
And it's a shame because I remember when we were away last month, guys, when we were away, we ran into a woman who was lovely and she sat down and she's talking to us. She's like, I just opened my own business too. And she had left a pretty major career where she was making lots of money. She had some major life changes happening. And I could see the appeal of having this MLM. They're like, we're going to give you a business in a box. It's going to cost you, X 99, and then boom, you're in there. You've got this business. And she was so excited, didn't realize that really what her role was to sell products for somebody else, and paid them so she'd have the luxury to sell somebody else's products. It was a shame. I felt bad for her.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's easy to fall.
It is.
It is easy to fall for it because we are all looking to make money. Like, make no mistake, every one of us wants to make money, right? But when somebody tells you, here's an easy way for you to make money, because we've already created the product, we already have, the marketing, we already have all of this, it is so enticing to believe that is the thing that's going to make the difference, and it's going to make you not have to do what each one of us have done in our businesses, which is build it from scratch, from coming up with the business name, coming up with who's our target market, what are we actually going to sell, how are we going to sell it, who are we going to hire, how all of these mechanisms of the famous SOPs, the how do you continuously improve your own business so that you can retain the clients, so that you don't have to constantly be chasing for new blood, because that in reality is what happens with the MLMs. Like, you know how many times I get hit on Facebook by people, hey, do you have a minute? I have something to tell you. Or,
here's an opportunity for you.
Opportunity for you. First of all, you obviously don't know me. If you're offering me an opportunity, because you clearly don't know that I already own a business. So what kind of opportunity are you offering me? I'm not a startup company. So do your due diligence first.
Know your audience.
Which part, know your audience, which is another part of when you own your business. You have to know who is your actual target. It's not your uncle. It's not your, sister's girlfriend. who are you selling to? And so it just, to me, it's so deceiving that these companies, try to tell people, oh no, it's so easy. We have a great product. You're going to make this much money.
If you're hosting an event, you want it to be unforgettable. Screamin' Wheels and Blades brings the ultimate mobile roller skating experience straight to your event. Perfect for corporate events, city festivals, universities and HOAs, really anyone who wants to have an amazing time. We combine high-energy skating with lots of excitement. It is a vibe you and your attendees don't want to miss. Book now, and let's roll into your next great event. Just visit screaminwheelsblades.com. That is screamin' with no G, wheelsblades.com. Book your next unforgettable event.
They target people who need flexibility too. You see it a lot with new mothers as well, where they have this, career, or they have a profession prior to having children, and then we all know, we've all had kids, and especially when they were younger, that level of flexibility is so appealing that you can make just as much money, if not more, from your career or from your business if you owned a business before having kids. And then wouldn't it be so great if you could manage the kids and manage a business too and make all this money? You could do it in the interim when you're not being busy as a mother, which right off the bat, anybody who's a mother knows that that's BS right off the bat. But that to have that flexibility and to, and another thing, and I've heard this a lot from women who are involved with MLMs, is that they feel guilty, and I don't want to get into the whole cultural diatribe around this, but they feel guilty for not contributing. What they mean is financially to the household while they're managing the kids.
Right.
And it's like, oh, girl, the contributions you're making right now cannot be quantified, sweet friend, but we'll get to that on another day. And I'm going to pause for just 1 second because I want to do a little station break, if we will. So quick favor, if you're listening and enjoying this episode, follow us so you don't miss the next one. And if this topic just made you clutch your metaphorical pearls because we're making you a little nervous, send it someone else who might want to hear about this too. Business owners, we see you. If you're looking for a partner with a podcast, or if you want to sponsor somebody, I might know somebody you could sponsor. Somebody that actually connects with real entrepreneurs. So email us about sponsoring as well. So follow, subscribe, share, sponsor.
In that order.
In that order, please. Or reverse it. Either way, we're good with it. So I just wanted to make sure I threw that in there.
Thank you. So I'm listening to you two, and I'm trying to just picture myself.
Right.
Because I can't say I fell for it. I wanted to do it because I wanted my IATA number so I can get discounts.
Yours is different.
So,
you're not the same.
No. I'm just saying, but I have to pay a monthly fee. That's hard. That aggravates me every time it come out.
Right.
And then their name is all over the website, which is annoying because you see my name. So we do get to pick our name, but then theirs is right beside it.
Right.
So it's like, it's
like
annoying.
co-branding.
It's annoying. So, and then when you were talking about clients, I was thinking like, the clients are the people we need to get under us. Right?
That's right.
That's who we're trying to find. We're trying to find more people to keep doing the same thing we're doing so they can do it and build up their people under them. So it's the MLMs are a lot of work.
They are. You also have to encourage the people that you just hired too. You have to keep them just as excited as this company made you.
Right.
So you kind of inherit it like an HR piece of it too, except with none of the benefit.
The thing is, you can go out and you can really study to become a travel agent. There's other ways to become a travel agent nowadays where you can start your own business and do your own thing and not have to pay the fees, not have to worry about getting other people under you, because that's the most stressful part. I'm not that type of a salesperson, and that's why I was like, I'm just going to do this for me. I'm not going to be looking for people to, get under me.
And listen, I think, and I have somebody in my family who is part of an
me
MLMs.
too.
And she has been successful with her team or her endeavor. One of the main reasons she started was because she actually believed in the product.
Right.
Which, by the way, I use today.
Of course.
Because it is a good product. So I'm not knocking off what I'm not okay with is the model.
The business
Right.
model,
Is the
absolutely.
business model that I have a problem with.
It's the products and the people are not the issue. It's the business model.
Exactly. It's the business model because it's deceiving, because it's that pyramid scheme.
Right.
I mean, we hear about pyramid scheme when it comes to like the guys that
Bernie
Madoff
yeah.
and you know those people, but really. This is the real pyramid scheme, right? When you're getting all of these individuals to buy into the idea that if they reach this level, they're gonna gonna be able to win the trip to national for the convention, and you know, all of these things. I mean, we go to conventions, we pay it out of pocket.
That's right.
We're not going because we're winning anything. We're going because we know it's business development.
That's right.
Very different. Very different.
And
right?
I feel like it's okay. And I want to be, for people who are listening, and let's say you're engaged in an MLM or someone you know is engaged in an MLM, I just want to make a very big distinction. You can make money using an MLM. That's fine. It's just the business model that we take issue with. You can also make money. Go work for Bank of America. They'll pay you. Go work for Starbucks. They'll pay you. There are people that will pay you to do this. And the main distinction is something that I want to use an analogy. You know how much I love analogies.
Oh, here we go, guys.
Here we go. So years ago, I had somebody say to me, well, my business is on Facebook. I do all my business through Facebook. And she's like, I don't need a website. And it was kind of, she was a little persnickety with me. Like, she's like, well, I'm like, you go right ahead. I was like, but let me know if Mark Zuckerberg decides that you can't have a business anymore.
Right.
Let me know how that, because he owns that part of your business.
Yes.
So your business name, everything is all now Meta property. So it's a little bit different. So make no mistake, when you decide that you want to get into an MLM, just know that you can make money with it, and that's great. But if for some reason MLM does not like the way you curl your hair anymore, you're gone.
Right.
And you're just, it's an element of control is the distinction.
100%. And I mean, we don't have to go too far. We just went through the TikTok banning phase.
Right, exactly.
Right? And all of the content creators sitting on this platform, and then all of a sudden, what are we going to do? How are we going to make money? They're taking the platform away.
That's right.
So that is what it's the whole premise is, what is the model of your business, and how much control do you have of that business? Because I can tell you, I can shut down my business today, or I can sell it, or I can branch it out into other, areas or countries, whatever. I have control over that. The thing that I have to consider as a business owner is the amount of investment that I'm going to make into this, and what kind of work it's going to take to do that. But I control it.
That's right.
I mean, we just had an episode with Nicole when she talked about rebranding.
Right.
She had control over that. Right. She had control over her brand, and to decide, this is how I now want the world to know me, not just as the wealth advisor, but this is the brand that I'm going to own and promote and have the world know me by. You can do that with an MLM.
So it's interesting because one of the issues that I'm running into as a business, and this isn't necessarily tied to an MLM, but it is tied to control. So both Meta and Google, Meta in particular, engage in activities and support leaders, a strong word, but support people with whom I do not align.
That part.
So it does get a little tricky. Now, the commodity that I have is I still have marketing, like strategy and knowledge. And I really do, I'm starting to shy away from using Meta. However, even Breaking Even Better uses a Meta property.
Right.
And so even that kind of grates my nerves. But we can still use that same property to also say, we don't like their practices. We at least have the platform to do that. What if you're in an MLM and all of a sudden they're engaging in activities or stuff that you're not aligned with, or you're selling a product, let's say, for example, essential oils, and then all of a sudden they start sourcing their products from places where they're abusing their workers, or they're using children or something. Like, there's so many different things, and there's layers of control. So I don't want to give the illusion that owning your business is a complete control, because pandemic taught us all that we're like, oh, hey now, control is an illusion. So, however, you give up so much of your control over who you are and what you are. You are really just a salesperson when you're an ML.
Right.
An MLM.
And just so you know, I do know some people that say they make over 6 figures, 7 figures even, and I'm happy for them. I'm
We're here for it.
I've yet to see that, but that's
I mean,
that
as an accountant, I've yet to see it in my firm. I've
Right.
never met anybody, but I believe it if they say that
Right,
it happens.
Of
Why
course.
not?
But before I do another MLM, I would eat a can of tuna, expired tuna, on a Zoom call. I'm over it.
Oh, she don't like it. I don't think B likes it.
Look, I'd rather do QuickBooks cleanup for 3 years in a row.
Well, I would let Brenda put makeup on me whilst blindfolded again. No, sorry, just playing with y'all. Rather than do that and work in an MLM. But again, that's just my personal preference. And again, no hate and no shame if this is something that you've engaged in. We're here really just to point out that there are some factors you might not have considered, and you want to go into it fully with your eyes opened.
So I used to support Beachbody with their videos, their supplements, and all that stuff back in the day. But I've learned that they have ended their MLM model, period. I'm not sure about too many companies. I got a couple more in mind, but I know Beachbody for sure.
Rodan and Fields did it too. What was their one? The Proactive, I think, was the name of their
yes,
product.
yes.
Yes.
My kids used
Yes.
that when they
So
was
many
kids.
kids used it, especially because they had the whole, like, you're going to get rid of your
acne.
and blemishes and whatever else, and not just for your face, but people would get them on the shoulders or the back or whatever, and they would. And this stuff was actually really positive. Probably one of the most popular MLMs out there, and they too got rid of their MLM model. So just imagine if you were somebody who did peddle
needed it
that,
like that.
yeah, or not. They still have the products, but let's say you were, let's say
you were
Carolina
at the summit.
started her Rodan and Fields business, I say in air quotes, and then
Right.
you and I were like, okay, Carolina, we're gonna follow you around. We're gonna sell that soap too,
Right.
And all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we don't do MLMs anymore.
Right.
Wow.
So
So
then
not
you don't
only are
make
we
any
out,
you
so is
don't
she.
you don't make any commissions out of this anymore because
Right.
they took it away from
They
you.
don't need
Again, no control over.
And I'm sure both Rodan and Fields are in the poorhouse over it too, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, right.
No,
I think
they owned the business.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see what I mean?
Right,
That's
right.
the distinction.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I'm sure they took that product and sold it to
Right.
another company, rebranded it, and they're making money. But
sure they're doing
the
just
people
fine.
under did not. I think not too long ago there was a documentary about the MLMs and like kind of like the culture and
Right.
how it's cultish.
yes, it is.
Right.
Amway was one of the biggest ones.
Yes.
I had a family member who was so entrenched. My mom used to joke, and she
I
says,
used
it's
to do
the
that
soap
too.
that washes your brain, because it was just so. What's
Brenda
that?
has done them all, guys.
So, but here's what's great though is that you did those, but you also kind of honed your own skills, and what that does tell me, and this is kind of a nice light for anybody who's out there who is doing an MLM, and this is kind of rocking your boat a little bit. It's clear you want to do something entrepreneurial. It's clear that the idea of going out on your own and making things happen for yourself. I mean, that's what happened with you. You did a couple of MLMs, but now you own a couple of businesses of your own,
Right.
e-com and service provider, and you have a couple of different things going on. So if you have an entrepreneurial mindset, please keep listening, because we will guide you on the way and on the path. But just know that if you've dabbled in MLMs, it means you're entrepreneurial and you want something that's flexible for yourself. It's just not the model that's going to really suit long term.
Right.
And here's maybe an idea. Talk to somebody about it.
Right. Before you spend a dime.
Before you spend money on any of these opportunities
That's
as
right.
they are presented,
That's right.
our quotes here,
It sounds too good to be
talk to
true.
somebody who's either done it and not done it
Right.
and don't do it anymore, just
That's
like
right.
Brenda, or with somebody who's having success, but to find out why.
Right.
Because the why does matter.
Right.
When you embark in something new, right?
Right.
So I think just having a conversation with somebody who's been through it or who understands more about business development
Right.
will do you some good.
I know somebody or some people who might have some answers to those questions.
Perhaps.
So by all means, please DM us and we will let you know if this business model is suitable for you.
Yeah, and apparently, and unbeknownst to me, I've participated in a few of these. But I don't mind talking to you and discussing and helping guide the direction you should go in regarding if you should do an MLM or start your own business.
That's right.
Your business is going to be your business, and it's going to be there for the long haul. MLMs can stop, and you have no control over it.
Mm-hmm. If you're going to hustle for yourself, ladies.
Yep.
And I realize we got some guys listening to us too. MLMs do tend to skew a bit more female, but fellas, if you're out there and you're selling protein shakes or something else like that, no shame, no hate. We ain't mad at you. But if you want to actually hustle for yourself, you might want to try doing something for yourself, not for someone else. What I would love to say is, again, no hate, no shame. If you did it, a lot of us have dabbled, but just know that you want to make sure that your time and your freedom and the control of your business is truly your own. All right?
There you go. So if you are looking to start, just come hang out with us some. We're not selling protein shakes. We're selling real talk and real business information.
Here's the thing. Your life doesn't start with a startup kit, right? You
I wish.
Me too.
I wish.
Like, here's a good life in a box.
In a
for
box.
you.
Here you go. No, it starts with you developing skills.
That's right.
And as you develop those skills, then you can figure out how to best use them so that you can make money with it.
That's right. We've all been there. So with that said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, sponsor, leave a review, hit us up with a little, hey girl, hey, or whatever it is. If you enjoyed this, please by all means find more ways to connect with us moving forward.
And until next week, keep breaking even
Better!
Thank you so much for listening to the Breaking Even Better podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a minute to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. To connect with our podcast or any of us individually, make sure you head to the show notes for all the links you need. See you in the next episode.